Were you aware that Rabbit or Gregory Stewart retaliated for Percy? Yeah. How did you find out about that? It was Jasmine Parry's first time catching a body, so you're going to brag about it. It's like when you go to prom that night or getting your diploma or whatever. That's your first night. It's like your first night, so you remember it. Can you go back to Exhibit 278, please? So how did you learn that it was Jasmine Parry's first time catching a body? Is that Jasmine Parry right there? Yes. How did that information get to you? Because my mama, the strip, G-strip is 13, the 1300 block of Gallier. We all sit in my mama yard. We all sit and smoke weed in my mama yard. Because we got gun on us and the police know that that's private property. They can't just come up in there. We don't have the guns where they can't see them. So we just sit in there and we just smoke weed all day and talk about, what happened and what we did. That's why that was like the headquarters. Everybody reported there. What did they report to you about that shooting? Do you remember? That they caught one of the guys. But before that incident happened, we already swung around there at the house where they was at. I don't want to get into that right now, but we may come back to that later. But tell me what they reported about the actual shooting when they caught the dude. Oh, the guy that came around there trying to shoot on the strip with the green Monte Carlo, they bent him up. They caught him and they bent him up. So there was a green Monte Carlo that had previously shot at you all? Yeah, it came on Gallier trying to shoot. What neighborhood was that green Monte Carlo from? Press Park. So later they found the green Monte Carlo? Yes. What did they report happened to you? They killed him. Who killed him? And with what? And who was out there? Do you remember? It was Jasmine Parry, Ashton Price, Evans, and Rabbit. Okay. Did Alonzo Peters' name come up? Yeah, he was in there, but yeah, they said he did it too. But far as him telling it to me, then I heard it from Jasmine and Rabbit and Evans and them talk about it. What did Jasmine say about it? Was he excited? Was he sad? What was going on? What was the mood like? Objection, Your Honor. He doesn't know his state of mind. Objection sustained. Rephrase your question, counsel. Describe how the people were acting when they were reporting to you that Jasmine Parry just caught his first body. I can't really, exactly remember what they said, but I know that they said it like how they was acting. That was just his first body. But I know. Well, explain to a bunch of people who don't sell drugs, who don't shoot people, that's not what they do for a living. Is this a time of reflection? Is it a time to be sad? Are you, what happens after you shoot somebody? Objection, Your Honor. A state of mind question. He said he couldn't remember what they said. Objection sustained. Rephrase your question. What were people behaving like? You can tell if somebody is happy or sad, right? Yeah. What people, Your Honor? Objection. It's a vague question. Be specific. Jasmine Parry, Gregory Stewart, the people who just came. If you want to do one at a time, go ahead. What did he observe? Or collectively as a group. How was Jasmine Parry acting? Because he had no business for Percy, That's like when someone do something to your partner and you handle the business behind it, you'll be happy. That's like when they killed Cheddar. I was glad I killed Gutter Broussard, Quelton Broussard. Yeah, I was happy. You'd be happy because you handle the business behind your partner. You roll behind them. The streets and other people hear about that, So people were happy about this, correct? Not people. Jasmine Parry and them. They're happy. Because, you struck my team and I struck back, You paralyzed one and I killed one of yours. I want to ask you, did Rat or McCoy Walker ever try and shoot Slugger, or was there an incident uptown that he reported to you? Yeah. Tell the jury about that. Well, Slugger had a white Infinity. They knew that we had a beef with Slugger. One day, must have, was with Merle, and they talked about the Infinity. However that came about, I don't know. But McCoy told them that he'd be uptown, so Merle told them, handle it for me. So McCoy said something about somebody shot some shots to throw something off. and he ran up on the car and hit the car up. To our surprise, it wasn't Slugger. It was a guy named E40, E, out the Iberville that he hit that was a friend of Evan's. What happened with that? What do you mean? Did that guy ever try and retaliate at you all for being shot? No. What did Evan's friendship have to do with it? I don't know. I just know that they was cool. Mr. Rainier, find a good spot to break. I'm not telling you to break now, but just find a good spot to break. This would probably be good right here. Right now? Yes, Your Honor. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and take our lunch break. Proceed, Mr. Rainier. Mr. Franklin, Darrell, I want to turn your attention to April 12th, 2010. Can I see Exhibit 328, Slide 39? Do you remember the day that Cheddar Black got killed? Yes. What were you doing that day? Sitting on the porch. Where were you all sitting on the porch? On Desire Street, next to the Wayne Shack. Can I see Exhibit 328, please, Slide 39? Can I also see Slide 40? Is this already in evidence? I think it is, isn't it? Yes. Where's the Wing Shack again? On Desire and Law. Is that near where the Part 1 says Cheddar Gucci? Yes. What were you doing out there that day? Just sitting out there, just came from court. What were you coming from court from? The attempt murder charge. On Bernard Causey? Yes. Okay. Was it daytime or nighttime? Daytime. Who was out there with you? Me, Merle, Gucci Man, Cheddar, Rabbit, Evans, Pound, Jasmine. It was a few of us. A lot of us because that's where we hang out every day. Ernest, a lot of people was out there. Rabbit. Who is Rabbit? Gregory Stewart. Can I see Exhibit 28? Actually, I'm sorry. Back to 328. I apologize. Can you go to Slide 5, please? All right. So you said Rabbit Gregory Stewart was out there? Yes. You said Jasmine Parry was out there? Yes. Evans Lewis was out there? Yes. Who is Pound? Ashton Price. He was out there as well? Yes. Was Solomon Doyle out there that day? No. So what happens? You're all hanging out. You just got back from court. What are you doing? Just sitting out there. And I was talking about what happened at court. Slugger was across the street talking to someone out the Desire Project. And Ernest. And while he was talking, how far away is Slugger? He right across the street from us. Did he say what's up or, give you a dirty hand signal or anything? His back is towards us. He's in a car talking to someone while someone got their head in the window. How long is he over there? Like about 5 minutes, until Gregory Stewart decided he about to take the 223 and run down on him. Then did Slugger leave? No. In the process of Gregory Stewart about to do it, the police started coming up the street because they seen my white Corvette. So Gregory Stewart ran back, stashed the gun and put the gun up, while the police black come pull up and ask me about the charge and what was going on. I told him, fuck him and things. Then he pulled off. But before he could pull up, Slugger had already pulled off. So when he pulled off and left, Ernest kept saying that Slugger going to come back around here. He got a feeling. He could feel it. He said something going to happen. He could feel it. So in approximately that, I'd say about 15 minutes later, that's when the car pulled up with Corey, Bo, and Quell Broussard. Let me ask you, let me go back to something you said. You said the police officer's name was Black? That's what we called him. Did you know this police officer? Yes. What was your relationship like with him? Always trying to catch me with drugs and running from him. Did you respect him? No. Okay. Then when he came around, what kind of stuff was he saying to you? Oh, they're going to get me on that charge, on that attempt murder charge. I'm going down. That's why you told him F him? Yeah. So that was sort of a taunting thing. He was taunting you? Uh-huh. When you said Rabbit was going to run down on Slugger, what does that mean? Run down on the car with a gun and shoot him and kill him. Shoot him up and try to kill him. So getting back now, the police car left, and Ernest is saying he's got a bad feeling? Yes. Then what happened next? The way that Cheddar truck was coming, it blocked the view of the way that they was coming because it was blocking us. I just seen everybody start scattering and running. I jumped on top of everybody went to running and scattering. That's when they pulled up and just went to dumping shots. I didn't know where the shots was coming from until I jumped on top of the porch and tried to run, until I realized that I'm running towards the way where the shots was letting off at. So I looked Corey and Bo dead in their eyes, in their face, and I seen Gucci Man lay between the steps. That's when I ran back in. I don't know how I did it, but some way I just got off the porch. On my way running towards the back, I feel someone grab my feet as I roll underneath the house. As I'm underneath the house, I just hear someone breathing hard, like they're gasping for air. I just hear Ashton Price saying, "Y'all gonna kill my fucking cousin. Y'all gonna kill my cousin." When I stuck my head from underneath the house, I just seen half of Cheddar face gone. So Cheddar Black had his face blown off or shot off? Yes. How close was he? Lying next to you or sitting or what? He was very close to me, right behind me. He was trying to run as I was trying to run, but by me jumping off the porch, I cut off in front of him. What happened next? Did you walk out and see the front? Yeah, I was standing over him. I'm looking at Gucci Man that's on the front of the porch, and I'm looking at Cheddar, looking down at Cheddar, gasping, trying to gasp for tears and air, with Merle already in the car saying, come on, he's dead. That's when we run and jumped in the Audi. Gregory Stewart already had the 223, and we jumped in the car. Whose Audi was this? Merle. Who was driving? Merle. So immediately after the shooting, Merle was able to get in the car and get it started? Yeah, the car was already running. He was in the middle of the street like, come on, let's go. I jumped in. What did you all do? What was the plan? There wasn't no plan. We just was reacting. It wasn't no plan. We jumped in the car. We pulled off. We could see the car going down Durgeois, but we had to swing around the corner to get another gun. That's when Gregory Stewart got the chopper, the AK-47. We went down. Hold on 1 second. Can you go back to slide 40, please? Did you all go get more guns? We went and got one more gun because he already had the 223 that he went and got from underneath the house. So we just got one more gun, the AK-47. Where did you get the AK-47 from? From around the corner on Congress. Did you keep it at somebody's house? No, kept, everything around that way was abandoned due to Katrina, so it was somewhere stashed around there. It was just put in a stash spot? Yes. So you all drove, picked up the AK-47. Then what? We took off going towards the Desire. Why towards the Desire? Because that's where they from. So we knew eventually that's where they going at. What did you see next? So as we're going towards Florida Avenue, we turn on Florida Avenue going over the tracks, going towards the Desire. As we're going down Louisa, what so happened, we see their car pull out from by the Desire Project, going across Louisa, trying to go on Clouis. That's when they didn't see us coming, and we turned behind them. As we turned behind them, we turned on the street where they was going down. We pulled up behind them, but Gutter was in the car by himself while Cole and Bo was going to stash the guns that they just used. We caught Cole. We caught him in the car by himself, and I jumped out the car, and I just let off shots through his front windshield. What gun were you using? The 223. Did Gregory Stewart get out of the car? Yes, he did. What did he do? Gregory Stewart noticed something, seen something that I didn't see. That's when he said he saw that they was going towards the back. He seen them trying to stash the guns, and they don't have no more guns. They didn't have no more bullets. As I'm shooting up the car, the windshield, Gregory Stewart ran in front of me, so before he could run in front of me, I stopped and let him pass. So Merle, on the other side with his gun, letting off shots in the windshield too. So Gregory Stewart ran right in front of Merle on fire and got hit in the arm. So he came back where we was at, on the side of me. That's when he got on the side of the car and just went to letting the shells, shooting inside the car with the AK-47. That was Gutter driving the other car? Yes. How many times do you think you shot Gutter? I ain't clear, but I dropped like 30. I don't know how many times I shot him, but I know I let off 30 rounds. What happened to Bo and Cole? They hit the fence and got away. What happened next? We jumped back in the car. We pulled off. We went around the corner from where the wing shack was at, put the guns up. Merle say he's going to back around the corner because his mama was out there and his aunties and stuff. He told me to take Gregory to the hospital. I brought Gregory Stewart to the hospital. What car did you all use to go to the hospital? We used the Audi. What did you do once you got to the hospital? I helped Gregory Stewart out the car. When we got out of the car, the doctors and stuff started running to the front and coming to come and help him. They went to asking me questions, and I jumped back in the car and pulled off. Why did you do that? Because I don't want to stay there for no police. How was Gregory Stewart behaving in the car ride over there? Like he about to die? I mean, what was he saying? He's about to faint. He's getting hot and all that, and throwing up, and just was shot one time in the arm and performing. Is that something you gave him a hard time about later? Yeah.